Why take one vacation with the family when you could take all of them? With Royal Caribbean, you don't just go to the beach. You visit a private island and race down the tallest water slide in North America. You don't just go for a road trip. You ATV and zip line through the jungle. You don't just go somewhere new. You rappel down waterfalls and discover ancient temples. Because this isn't just any vacation. This is all the vacations. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
Girl, real talk. This whole it's a new year, time to reinvent myself trash is not the vibe for 2024. You can find someone who loves you for you, as you are. You don't need to read a stack of self-help books, only eat sad salads, or start meditating at 5 a.m. to be ready for dating. So yeah, my advice is to download Bumble and find someone who embraces you the way you are right now. Let me know how it goes.
Hey, y'all, guess what time it is? It's the Grolic Saves the World time.
All right, the Grolic saves the world.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting things, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world. We're getting things, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world. We're getting things, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world.
The babysitter's on their way. You're in your finest evening wear. You look fantastic. When's the last time you took your favorite podcast out for a really nice, fancy dinner? It's the Grolic Saves the World. I'm Adam Caton.
My name is Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orvidal.
And if you're lonely, if you're hungry, if you want to check out some of the newest restaurants in town, you got a dinner date tonight, and it's us three. Just take your phone, plug in your earbuds, sit alone at a restaurant, an expensive restaurant, eat whatever you want, and get dessert, and listen to us.
I feel
maniac.
I feel in over my head. I can't pronounce most of this stuff. Wow. What is it?
The menu's daunting, but we'll be there to hold your hand.
Oh, but what is a bolognese? It's too much.
People ask you, "Oh, I'm sorry, what are you listening to?" It's a podcast, and then they start pushing tables away from you. Look at all the space you're getting for yourself.
And you've got a stately laugh, not a normal laugh, but a
mouthful of bone marrow, laughing loudly. When's the last time you treated yourself to your favorite pod and a fancy dinner? That's all I'm asking.
And if you're new, this is a podcast wherein we better ourselves by giving ourselves slightly passive-aggressive self-help challenges and hopefully bettering the world around us as a result.
Yep. Andrew, feverishly in the middle of the night. Now, he has been on a 24-hour news cycle. I know this about Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been frantically
doom
texting
scrolling.
Us.
Oh, can't get enough. What a cool term for a cool world we live in. It's like the swamps in the Never-Ending Story. That's how I get my news. Oh, down I go.
Right. Yes, exactly.
I didn't like that noise at all.
No, it made you sick.
Andrew, while you prime your tea, why don't you tell us, you said you had a challenge. You're priming your tea. There's a lot going
on. Like it's a musket?
Two bag in that bad boy.
Yeah, always. Ooh, yeah. Priming my tea.
Andrew messaged us, says, I got the challenge.
I got a challenge for you. It's been too long since I brought a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Sure has. We've been carrying you on this pod.
Thank you.
So what do you have?
Thank you. So here's my challenge. In these uncertain times, it's not hard to doom scroll. You could just call it regular scrolling these days as you ingest.
Sorry, I have to riff. Uncertain times is next door to medieval times. Yes. And you can choose what you want for your birthday party.
I got to say, you didn't call the earnestness.
It's mom and dad haven't been sleeping in the same room lately. Yeah. Uncertain times.
Uncertain times.
Uncertain times is the worst chain restaurant.
Yeah,
the chicken breast you've just been served, it does not even feel warm. Is this safe to eat? Uncertain times.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it.
The official restaurant of the January 6th insurrection. Uncertain times.
So for this challenge that it came to mind in these uncertain times is bug out bags. Do you guys have one?
Yeah, it's between my legs.
Jesus Christ.
You call it your bug out bag, Ben? That's what you refer to it as?
Oh, waiter, I'll have the escargot today.
Can I tell you the difference in lifestyles that Ben and I have? Ben's going with that. My riff was like, oh, you mean the garden bags to kill Japanese beetles? That's where I was.
Oh, gosh. No. I went straight to testicles. Because I'm looking for the most listeners.
Yeah, and you hear bag. I mean, really anything with bag, Ben's going to go there. So
yeah,
reliable.
Question.
No, I don't know what a bug out bag is, and I don't think it's Ben's
It's not Ben's nuts. Do you have Ben's nuts? Do both of you?
No.
No.
Seriously, do you have them? Where are they?
You got to staple those on, dude. It's embarrassing. No one likes finding that in the floorboard of their car.
What's a bug out bag?
A bug out bag in real life, it is a bag, either a backpack or a duffel bag, that you fill with items that you can grab at a moment's notice. In a second, you can grab it, and it will increase your chances of survival. And I've first made a bug out bag, and real quick asterisk, this is like a Ben Roy challenge. I do have a bug out bag. Spoiler alert, I've already got one.
Oh, wow.
So we will be doing a challenge that I already have a little bit of a leg up on you two, which really I can see why Ben does it. It's a great way to present a challenge.
You don't have to do anything for the fucking week.
Awesome.
The lift is light. You get to just, kind of sit back.
And once in a while, I get to beat you guys up if I pick the right one. But no, so
we're going to do a challenge this week where everyone goes to my show on Thursday. We're all going to go to my stand-up show on Thursday this week. That's the challenge.
Well, next time you can bring that challenge. Okay. So I made a bug out bag. I first made one when I was living in LA, earthquake country. I was worried about earthquakes, and in researching it, I was like, oh, I should have this bag in case my house cracks in half and falls inward. I should have a bag of survivables that I can just take off with. So that's when I researched them and I first made one. But I've kept it ever since, and it's a little peace of mind knowing it's there in your house. So for this challenge, what I present to you two is to make a bug out bag without Googling bug out bag or what to put in my bug out bag. Using your common sense and gut instinct, I want you to fill a backpack or duffel bag with things that you think will increase your odds of survival, that you can grab at a moment's notice in any emergency, not a specific emergency. It's not like this is just for fires, which is why it has 3 fire extinguishers in it and nothing else. It should be a very adaptable survival kit. It should work in pretty much any emergency that you face. You can grab.
And you want us to do no research or Googling?
No, I want you to use your common sense and gut instinct.
This is a true Andrew Orvidal challenge in that we ignorantly and blindly plod through an emergency with no research or preparation.
Yes, I got to research mine, so mine is good. And then once we do the challenge, we'll compare them, and yours will be bad. That's how this podcast works.
Got it. Here's the passive aggression.
Did you do that, Adam, when you lived in LA? Did you have a collection?
No, but I do have to say, before my first son was born, I did that sort of nervous dad thing where it's like, I got to get some ducks in a row here. And I went to Home Depot and I bought a big plastic tub, and I kind of doomsday prepped.
And got ducks and lined them up.
And now we're making a cool G a week off these ducks that stand in a line for me. We're taking it on.
I've trained these ducks. I've trained them.
And now they're in and they stand in a
I regret the
row.
riff. I regret the riff. What did you put in your tub?
They quack the Star-Spangled Banner, and in an apocalypse situation,
I apologize for the riff.
Of entertainment
it was an ill-advised riff.
See, even in the apocalypse, I'm still performing. It's just the ducks. You know what I mean?
Oh, you travel around with your ducks. So you made like gave yourself a little survival cache.
Totally.
Okay.
And it's in the basement to this day. I haven't. And so I think it's certainly not a bag.
So
I mean, I don't think I could strap this thing to my back and run around the
yeah,
woods.
the
with
idea
it.
with the
It's
bug
pretty
out
heavy.
bag is you can wear it. You could, in theory, wear it all day on your back because you could be on foot. So you already got a leg up. You could go down there and rummage around this plastic bin, see what fits in a backpack, see what you might want to add to it. Sounds like you already.
And you actually prep a backpack. You put this stuff in it. See, I never did this because it would be shocking to you both how quickly I would give up. Like it would. I
not
mean,
that shocking, really.
I would just be like,
Walk us through.
I
it,
don't
Ben. Walk
agree
us
with
through
that,
it.
but yeah.
here's how it's going to work. There's an earthquake. Say we lived in Los Angeles.
Well,
Everything's
thanks
leveled.
to fracking, we could have earthquakes here. Don't sell us short.
Okay, Colorado, we have a big one. The big one hits. All social order collapses. The city's in disrepair. Here's what happens. I kiss my son on the cheek. I say, Daddy loves you, okay? I love you very much. And then I just walk to a liquor store because the windows are likely shattered out. And I just sit in the center of it. And I just drink till I'm dead.
What's the first thing you drink? Ben hasn't had a drink in 10 years. What's the first thing you go to? You've got pick of the liquor
now
store.
We're at an episode I can get behind.
You've got the pick of the liquor store. What's the first thing you're reaching for?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I don't want this to sound weird or anything, but I'm probably going to go for a very, like a bubblegum vodka. You know,
Bubblegum vodka. The apocalypse
Hold
is...
on. I keep a note in my phone, and it's Christmas gifts, and I'm writing something down.
Bubblegum vodka. That's your first pick apocalypse drink.
Just me sitting in the carnage of a liquor store, just bottles all around me, just sipping the things I haven't. I want to try it truly. See
Oh,
what
you want to
that's
try
like.
the new stuff because, there's all these
been a while.
innovations.
But then I'll probably
Yeah.
crack into a bass, and I'll just start gulping edibles down too as
wow.
well until
I go with-
I'm a mess, a religious mess. And then I'll stand in front of the liquor store and I'll just preach whatever comes to my heart.
Wow,
Hey,
you're like
can
a
I-
character
can I,
out of my game. What Ben's not telling us, this is actually a 3.0 earthquake, not even that big of a deal, and the cops are coming to take him out of this liquor store. Yeah, the windows were shattered, but that was about it.
Yeah.
Can I add on to this fantasy? Because I really love what you're doing. When you're preaching, that's when I emerge from the rubble. I'm in tattered rags. I'm bleeding from my face. And I see you and I go, hey, Ben, hold my beer. And we laugh. And I come in and I just start drinking with you.
And you
'cause
shouldn't be
and
drinking
I'm
because
waving a
one of
white
your
flag.
eyes is entirely dilated, and it's not
Ben
good.
and I have made a white flag out of bed sheets.
Who are you surrendering to? There's no surrender. It was a magnitude 3 earthquake.
I'm surrendering to the gods.
I haven't had a drink in 2.5 years. I want to do the thought experiment too. I'm going straight for some Eagle Rare bourbon. Oh, delicious
That's good stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just going to
That's
sip on
good.
that for a while. Yeah.
I mean, legitimately, it would be one really good bottle of whiskey and a 12-pack of Bass.
that's your
ale.
beer, huh, Bass?
Bass
Wow.
ale. And I would just back and forth between the two on a steady stream of edibles.
So any road comic we know.
And I'm going to say it. I'd love for you guys to be there.
I will be there. And I want to show you new drinks because this is how long you've been sober, and you should be proud of this. Bass is such an antiquated beer choice. Like, you sound like you're the guy who's like, I only like music from
You
2002.
just found
Like,
Newcastle. I only drink
Yeah.
Newcastle.
I don't care. You guys take me on a ride. Show me what's out there.
Fucking
Bass is a
I'm
solid
fine
beer.
with it.
Can't I? No.
I don't care about the rest of the episode. Let's just stay in this place.
Let's just stay in
This is a fun
shattered
place.
liquor store, just listening to Ben
Yes.
preach. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sipping this bourbon.
You guys are concerned about a podcast. I'm concerned about selling another
great.
TV show, and we've hit upon it.
We were the animals.
That's the name of the show. We were the
We
animals.
were the
I love
animals.
this.
I disagree with Ben's fantasy. Obviously, Ben knows himself better than I may be, but Ben has such an innate fighting spirit. I just know him more than pretty much anyone I know.
Yeah, I don't
There's
know
no
that
one
I
I know
give
with
up.
more of a a fighting spirit than Ben. And I think in the event of it, and we've seen it time and time again, shit happens in life. Like a lady has a seizure in the lobby of a comedy club. Who saves her? Ben fucking Roy, not anybody else
I
around.
was there as well, but I don't even seem to get mentioned.
Well, the bystanders usually
She didn't
don't.
have a seizure. Her arm, artery in her
She
arm
bled out.
ruptured.
I was there and I helped.
okay.
Yeah, and Adam helped, but you didn't tell the story as much, so I got to write the narrative. Adam, you did such a good job.
Yeah,
that
I
day.
literally
want you to
didn't really know that Adam was there because Ben really took command of that news cycle.
Honestly, I forgot. I thought it was just Mark Lee and I.
In a strange twist, sometimes history is written by the losers.
But I know Ben is reacting quickly. He will jump into an emergency. He is proactive.
And
I think when the shit hits the fan, Ben is on it. But Ben doesn't have a bug out bag. So I think this is going to improve Ben's life.
Say, in LA, I did actually have an earthquake thing. My underneath my cabinet, an earthquake like kit. Underneath my cabinet were gallons and gallons of water that I had purchased. So I had plenty of jugs of water. I had an envelope with like $250 cash in it, and then a flashlight and lots of batteries.
Great. So
And
this is the same concept, but think of it as being eminently portable and suitable for any emergency that might hit you. So that is the challenge. So we're all going to make bug out bags. Mine needs updating. I'm going to be participating in the challenge. You two make a bug out bag. Again, it has to be one backpack. It can't be too heavy that you couldn't carry it all day, multiple days. It should be...
Oh, I'm doing a kid's Paw Patrol backpack. I want to be that guy.
Hey, think of that. It's going to camouflage so well. You're not going to... You're unlikely to get jacked for that Paw Patrol backpack. That's not an unwise choice.
Not me. I'm going classic Jansport because when I'm running around the rubble, I want to look like the coolest kid.
Oh,
in
yeah,
junior
man.
class.
I never got a Jansport. That's a good call.
Dude, yeah.
So great. So that is the challenge as it's laid out. I want you two to make bug out bags. I'm going to update my bug out bag. You can't cheat and Google best items for a bug out bag. Use your intuition, your gut instinct, your common sense. What do you think should go in this backpack to give you increased odds of survival in any emergency?
Okay.
Just go with your guts.
All right.
Why don't we do this?
Nice.
Let's take a break.
Asshole.
Let's make our bug out bags. And in the meantime, we'll listen to some stand-up comedy. This is one of our favorite comics, not only in Denver, but anywhere. A friend of the show. She is taping her first ever comedy special April 16th in Denver. Our very own producer, Ron. Guess what? He's also producer Ronning her special.
Wow.
This is Janae Burris.
And when we come back,
We're going to be that much
We will be
readier.
broadcasting from inside a liquor store, a shattered,
Adam,
liquor
Andrew was
store.
right. We're not going to the liquor
No?
store yet. No, I can't. I'm sorry. Andrew, what were you saying?
I said, and when we come back, we're going to be that much better prepared for when the shit hits the fan.
Okay, I guess that's cool too.
I know. I'm sorry, bud.
I gained some weight over the last year during the pandemic. On purpose, I gained 12 pounds on purpose, all right? It's the end of the world, okay? It's the apocalypse. I'm not gonna be skinny during the apocalypse. Is you crazy? I packed it on, baby. I wanna kick down zombies during this apocalypse. I wanna make it harder for them to rapture me during this apocalypse. 12 pounds. I'm like the base of a pyramid for a cheerleading squad with these 12 pounds, baby. I like it. Had to buy a new swimsuit for my new Zoptic figure, though. New swimsuit. It's a one piece. No big deal. It's cute. It's animal print. It's actually snake print. It's very cute. It's like, it kind of looks like a python tried to attack me. But then I was too big for it, so it started shitting me out at the same time. So I punched through the eye holes. Now I wear it like a one piece. It's very sexy, actually. If you are into homemade taxidermy, it is very sexy. I'm gonna show y'all one day. It's very sexy. Gross.
Why take one vacation with the family when you could take all of them? With Royal Caribbean, you don't just go to the beach. You visit a private island and race down the tallest water slide in North America. You don't just go for a road trip. You ATV and zip line through the jungle. You don't just go somewhere new. You rappel down waterfalls and discover ancient temples. Because this isn't just any vacation. This is all the vacations. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
Girl, real talk. This whole it's new year, time to reinvent myself trash is not the vibe for 2024. You can find someone who loves you for you, as you are. You don't need to read a stack of self-help books, only eat sad salads, or start meditating at 5 a.m. to be ready for dating. So yeah, my advice is to download Bumble and find someone who embraces you the way you are right now. Let me know how it goes.
Ben, pass me another bass, would you?
I told you come around. Listen, the taste is similar to drinking a Von Dutch hat. That's how 90s it is.
This is so nice. Adam, what do you got over there?
Dudes, I found the hazy IPA tall boys. They're in the back.
Oh my God.
dude,
You just
I
struck the mother load.
I'll be out
God.
in a minute, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. How's that
Schlager.
funfetti cake vodka, Ben?
It's, you know what it is? I think this would pair nice with a prime rib. And it's shocking to me.
And you don't even eat prime rib. Do you now,
I
though?
don't.
Now you do,
I don't
though.
even know what it tastes like. I just think
You just
that
know
it would
you've seen the
pair
word.
well with a prime rib. We should go across the street and loot that King Supers.
Oh, yeah. Just make some prime rib in the parking lot with a construction helmet fire. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, dude, a construction helmet fire.
Yeah, you just tip the helmet upside down and make a fire in there. We got to get back. We got to get back to the podcast. This fantasy has been amazing, but
So nice to sit in the middle of a fantastical liquor store with
during
you
an
both.
apocalypse and drink with
Yeah.
your friends. It was a nice mental detour. But we are back. Thanks to the magic of podcasting. It's been a week. And the challenge was for us to make bug out bags. And to refresh you, the listener's mind, a bug out bag is a single backpack full of items that are going to increase your odds of survival in any emergency. So, as I said,
Let me outline the emergency, though, if I could. If you
Oh,
guys
it's
wouldn't mind.
any emergency.
Well,
But
I'd like a specific one that I think would work well for this. The Russians and the Cubans have decided that the center of the country is a pivotal chess piece in their game. They paratroop in outside of a high school that we are all students at. I'm clearly the star quarterback. I put up good
that's
numbers.
an energy you bring.
wow.
And
exactly.
I'm the one that everybody looks at.
This is a perfect
Yeah.
situation.
And then they drop in, shoot all our teachers. Bummer. And then now we get into my super cool pickup truck, and we're going to go to my buddy's store to stock up.
Okay, that could be an emergency that we face, the Red Dawn scenario, but there's other movies out there, Ben, okay?
Oh, shit.
So which of you two
That
wants
is Red Dawn, isn't it?
to go first? Ben, what are you putting in your bug out bag?
Oh, okay.
Or I
So
should say,
if-
what did you put in your bug out bag?
What did I put in my bug out bag? So I have my JanSport, and I actually have a very nice JanSport backpack with a lot of cool compartments, and that's what I like. I'm a compartment backpack kind of guy.
Yeah, you can't
Okay,
have too
and
many
I-
little secret pouches and zippers.
No, little
Love it.
zippers and things like that, just in case the Russians find it. I can hide certain things.
Yeah, they can't penetrate JanSport technology.
They'll definitely be stymied by a JanSport backpack.
Okay, so
Take us
in
through
my
your bag, bud. Take us through your bag. I've always wanted to say it, and now I can.
Don't do that ever again, Andrew. Okay, so number one, I guess it's more two items, are my prize knives.
Jesus Christ.
What? Oh, you're telling me you don't want knives?
No, I'm
with you.
saying the number one, single item, actually two items. Yeah,
It is
it's
two.
Fine.
I have two knives. You never know if a knife is going to break. Okay, and so I have two Spyderco knives. that were
great
given to me. Yeah, terrific knives.
Spyderco, if you want to sponsor a podcast, I know we're trying to shill. I could always use another Spyderco knife.
I'll take a knife.
So I have a couple nice, sharp, very high quality knives. One for my hip, and then one I would keep in the bag. Right?
There you go.
Number two, also kind of multiple items, but under one item. I have 4 pairs of clean socks and clean underwear.
That Vietnam wisdom. That's what.
Yeah, you want a dry pair of socks when you're out
there. You get
there,
that rot in
Andrew.
your feet. You can't walk.
Yeah. Next in my bag, cordage. Okay, a nice thing of rope that I have. I actually have this for my motorcycle for when I want to tie things down or whatever. But I have
if you want to
cordage.
hang yourself.
I picture him
Dude,
lassoing
come
the
on.
motorcycle, like playing out in the garage.
Why are you guys doing that? It's if I want to maybe put up a drying line or I want to build a tent. Okay, it's not to hang myself.
All right.
It's not to lasso another
All
motorcycle.
right.
I thought we were talking about the end of the world type shit, and you guys are
and we are going
down
from
yuck,
a
yuck lane.
survival. We're not there. We're not in hanging territory yet. This is the period of the apocalypse. where you're
No, I
gonna
know
try to
you
make
guys are out in improv forest right now, high up above.
Improv forest. Ooh, it's treacherous. It's so
It is
shadowy.
a trap, and you guys
Give
are
me a
both.
profession. I'm scared.
Yeah. Okay. I have a tiny little metal pot that I found can hang nicely. It's got a loophole, and then I can hang it from the little thing, so I can have a nice little pot hanging
Smart.
off the back.
Smart.
So I can boil some water. I got matches in here. Okay.
Okay.
I've got a book that I really love. I love Albert Camus. I've learned to really like his book. So I have a copy of The Stranger to remind me that it doesn't matter. And if I kill someone on the trail, to just let it go. I think that's what that book was
You'll be
about.
taking
Camus
pages out of
defense.
there to start a fire. Yeah.
Yes. And then in here also, I have contact lenses. I have about a month's worth of contact lenses, 2 big things of contact solution, and 2 pairs of my glasses in one case. Okay?
I love that
And
you're
then-
bringing your contacts to the apocalypse. It's amazing.
Yep.
Guys,
No.
stop! I lost it in these bone ashes. Hang on. Nobody step
Bone-
anywhere.
Did you say bone ashes?
Yeah, it's an
What
apocalypse.
kind of apocalypse is this? No, we're in the mountains. We're conducting raids.
You guys have
Okay.
different apocalypse visions, and that's common.
we'll
but
get
then survival is the Venn diagram overlap.
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry, Ben. Keep going.
My last 2 items are a single-person tent that scrunches down very small. It's very tiny.
Nice.
Okay. And then my last one, I don't think there's any surprise on this. What do you guys think it is?
A jujitsu gi.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Because you
I
got to
won't.
train out there, even out of the bone
No,
ash.
I would
pit.
shut the fuck up. We'll go no-gi when we're training out there. Everybody knows that. Ron guessed
Producer
edibles.
Ron guessed edibles.
And he is correct.
Oh my
edibles.
God.
Jesus
Marijuana,
Christ.
THC edibles. I have 3 packages
All
of
right.
wild pomegranate 1-to-1 CBD THC ratio.
Shut up with
This
your
guy
fucking
with
name
his
dropping.
fucking cozy
Spider
socks, his
knives,
contact
edible
lenses.
brands, liquid death. I can't do this shit anymore.
We're getting nothing for it.
It's not working. They're not coming to us.
It's like
We're
people who
just
put
throwing
the
them out.
fucking
It's a
Apple
hybrid.
sticker on their car. Nobody gives a fuck. They're not giving you a computer. All right.
THC. This is a hybrid THC. I find that it keeps
We've
me
heard enough.
positive at
Adam,
night.
what are you
Okay.
putting in your bag?
What do you mean you've heard it?
Ben had a lot of great choices in there, and
Thank
I'm
you.
taking notes because I need to add to mine. I didn't have any rope or cordage. That is such a smart addition to the bag.
Well, I've been watching a lot of Naked and Afraid, and I get high on edibles too, and I think about, and that's why I like
scenarios.
wild products, because I find wild.
Shut the
brings
fuck
out
up,
the
Adam. What do
creativity
you
in it.
have?
I'm trying to think of things. I have a lot of what Ben had in there because a lot of those are basic
That's okay.
survival things.
Yeah, I'm gonna have repeats too. You could say the repeat.
Okay. Well,
We don't need. We don't need
I
the
thought-
name brands. We don't need the name brands.
I thought it'd be a little more interesting to just talk about what I have that he didn't include.
Okay.
I have $500 cash.
Where
Whoa!
do you keep this bag?
It's on my person at all times. So if you see me anywhere, I have 500 on me. No.
New Growl's challenge. Get at him. He's out there in the city. He's got 500 cash.
I don't know what, if the entire financial system's broken down. I don't know if cash is still a thing, but if it is, I want it, especially if I need to get out of Colorado.
And we were told when we lived in LA, we were very scared of earthquakes, being Colorado boys, and we got the earthquake horror stories from our LA friends when we lived out there, and the number one thing that they all told us was have cash for an emergency, because all of those card machines aren't going to work, and anything you need, be it food or gas or whatever else it might be, it's going to be cash or nothing. So I think we all took that to heart.
So there you go.
That's why I brought knives, was to get cash that I didn't have.
Yeah, there you go.
However, Ben gets cash by doing the knife trick between his fingers very fast, and people tip him.
Yes.
500 bones.
500 bones. I have my passport and my family's passports. I got to get out of this fucking dying
go.
empire.
This
Passports.
is we're being invaded, Adam,
I'm not defending this.
by Russians.
Adam
you
will
think
be
they're
in-
just gonna
Adam
let
will
you
be in
skate
Finland.
through TSA?
I'll be in Mexico. I'll be the delightful gringo in Oaxaca.
Oh yeah, and I mean your passport's gonna be. You might as well wipe your ass with that one.
Ben, I didn't insult your choices. I said they were smart and I have them in my
They're
bag.
fucking
However, I can go international. I can survive
also,
international.
we said this is a variety of emergencies. Adam, the passports are a great addition. Keep going.
No, it's not. You know what? You can use that passport.
You know
to
who won't
pat
be
your
leaving the
stab
country in an
wound.
emergency? Ben. Ben will be reading Camus
Use-
thanks to his
you can-
contacts. Keep going. Keep going, Adam.
I have a waterproof tarp. I have a CB
that's a good
radio that also gets 40 stations. They do 2 in 1.
Hell yeah. And you can come up with your own
cool.
code name, like, what's up there? This is Hank Handjob, 10-9er. Yeah,
I was
love
going to
it.
say Osprey. This is the Osprey, but Hank Handjob's cool.
I mean, do you want to talk to these truckers or not? Do you want to speak to them? Because
What
they're
is
not
two-
speaking to the Osprey, dude.
I was going with an I am legend. There's different pockets of society type thing, and I feel like they want to talk about the Osprey because they have eyes on the water and on the sky.
Ask yourself, Adam, who are a group of lonely men going to flock to in a post-apocalypse? Not the Osprey. They're going to see Hank Handjob.
Well, because
I'm trying to help you out.
what you see is what you get. Hank Handjob, there's not a lot of curveballs. He's advertising what he sells.
Yeah. Yeah. People are going to be like, oh, I could go see the Osprey, a guy who's obsessed with, or a guy who's clearly giving hand jobs during the apocalypse.
I know you can boil water, but I have a little, and I got this when I was panicking because I was having a son. It's a little jar of decontamination drops.
Iodine tablets,
go.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like
to
that.
just make water clean. I have flashlight batteries. I have a hatchet. I have a hatchet.
You own a hatchet?
Yeah, it's a little tiny axe, the hatchet. We had this. We had
man.
this fight, and those who can't, I can't do it again. But yeah,
We had a
what the difference-
hatchet fight? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
the
in
axe
the-
and
in the
hatchet.
horror episode,
yeah,
the difference between a
Ben was
hatchet and an
wrong.
axe.
Ben was wrong, and we know it, so keep going.
And then flashlight batteries. I said everything else has been nailed. Oh, waterproof gloves and a big.
Ooh, there you go.
and a warm
Oh,
hat.
God damn it. I missed a lot. I'm freezing out here.
And then
Yeah.
this is just from watching Survivor over all the years. I have a big bag of rice, just fucking rice to start
Wow,
me,
there you go.
to sustain me,
And-
before
and
I
a-
find food.
If you run into an apocalypse wedding, I mean, you're going to be the belle of the ball. Everyone's going to love you. Oh, this guy still has rice to throw? It's not as bad as I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be.
Pigeons turn radioactive. Eat this.
Yeah.
You explode in front of you.
I'm glad
All right.
I brought these knives because
that-
I'm definitely stabbing Adam for a lot of his items.
That is my backpack. My
All right.
backpack is a Euro-sized traveler backpack. This is not a small fucking backpack. It's the whole size of my.
Oh, you
You're not
brought
half
like
torso.
You're not going Paw Patrol with it?
Nah, I decided.
I like
not
that
to. I
idea.
got
They're
scared.
just hiding in plain sight. They're like, oh, skip the kid's backpack. And boom, that's where all your shit is. All right. So here's my backpack.
Andrew has a camo bag. What a shock. It's a camouflage, Adam.
Now, Andrew, did you try to match that to your pants, hats, and T-shirts that you always wear, even on stage, in a creepy fashion?
Yeah.
I've worn camouflage pants a couple times.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
To a highly
that's-
photographed monthly nice show in a theater.
They're
Yeah.
cool pants, and I stand by it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's exactly what we were saying. And all the kids at the Coal Chamber concert say they're cool too. So anyway, what's going on in your camouflage backpack?
It's a camouflage backpack, which
You
makes
didn't get
sense
your
if
name
I-
embroidered on it that says Orbital like you're enlisted?
No, it says hand job Hank on the across the.
So yeah, I also have a headlamp. I have spare batteries.
Headlamp
here's-
is so smart. Headlamp is so
that's
smart.
such a
Here's
good
something
idea.
I
God damn
didn't.
it.
Although, when you think about it, if there's a terrible situation, you're not going to want a lot of light at night. I brought the headlamp just in case. I feel like you don't want light. at
You're not
night.
gonna
It's
want
gonna
a lot of
attract-
light.
It's going to
You're
attract more
pulling out
than
a can.
bugs.
Let me guess, whippets. You brought whippets. You're not going to want
Ben,
a
we're
lot
not
of
all
light
going to
at
spend
night.
the apocalypse fucked up. I brought this is sunscreen, and I have 2 bottles of it because when I was researching this, if you're going to spend a whole day outside, you might not have shelter or shade. I brought the sunscreen to avoid.
Jesus, where the fuck are you? We're in the mountains. We're fleeing the Russians.
To
Ben,
avoid a
you gotta
sunburn,
let
which
it
is
go.
funny because I don't ever wear sunscreen in my day-to-day life, but apparently once the apocalypse kicks in, yeah, I'll take care of my skin.
Smart.
So I brought the sunscreen. I also have a knife in addition to the knife that I always have in my pocket. This is a little switchblade. I have it. It's a, if you need the brand, it's a Kershaw. It's a great knife. I got it because it's one-handed deployment. You don't need.
Clayton Kershaw makes that knife.
Yeah, it's Clayton Kershaw's knives. I have a lighter. All right.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Lighter.
I should have brought
Lighter.
a lighter rather than the matches. I have a lighter right up on my fucking
Well, I have
nightstand.
matches too, but you know, the matches are kind of the backup. Adam gave me this idea when we were doing part 1 of this, the duct tape. Duct tape is great. I don't have cordage, but I have duct tape.
off!
And the duct tape is not only can be used as cordage, I mean it's a universal thing here. Okay, what
You
else?
can make wallets out of it in the new economy.
We've got a
Jesus
first aid
Christ.
kit. We've got a small
First
stove.
aid kit.
We've got a deck
Jesus.
of playing cards.
We are in terrible shape, Adam.
I have a first aid kit in my in my
other
storage
thing?
bin, but I just
Yeah.
didn't transfer it to the backpack.
First aid, a deck of playing cards. That's, I guess, my entertainment. I got a sewing kit.
Oh, you asshole. He's
one-
good at this.
He's
The
very
one
good.
thing, you know, what's funny? I don't know how to sew, so I guess I'll be learning in the apocalypse.
Learning how
Nothing
to
but
sew,
time,
wearing
bud.
sunscreen for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have got this this high calorie lives forever food. This is
Those are MREs, right?
yeah,
They're
meals
meal
for
ration.
4 people for a week. I could feed 4 people one meal. Not great.
That's
but, you know.
calories, dude.
And then this is one of the coolest things I found when I was researching
That
this.
is a pocket pussy. Good call.
Is a pocket, but yeah, I mean, you're gonna be so lonely out there, and your hands are gonna be garbage. Okay?
Yeah.
What if
Your
I
hand's
did?
gonna be garbage.
What if I did?
Don't
pull
even
out-
go at yourself.
What if I did? Pull out- You want to talk about the currency after the apocalypse? You can keep your $500, Adam, because I've got a pocket.
I'd like you all to meet Tina. She's an inflatable, state-of-the-art apocalypse broad.
This is not. Fuck. This is not a fleshlight. But now that it sounds just as silly when I say it, this is called a life straw. This is a
I've
personal
seen these.
water filter you could drink out of basically any water source. You want to talk about sipping out of a UN tire track? You're going to want one of these to do it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
This
That
is
so fucking smart.
Well, you can just stick that in any like contaminated liquid, and it filters as you suck it up.
Yeah, it'll
Wow.
filter pretty much everything but radiation.
So
And
does that expire, Andrew? Is there
Yeah.
shelf life on that thing?
there is not an expiration date. It basically, like any filter, it starts to degrade as you use it. So they are good kind of indefinitely until you start drinking out of the mystery
like-
puddles.
Like maybe 100 gallons can be filtered through that before it's
Sure, I mean,
like,
it'll tell me
which
if
is
I read here.
100 gallons of liquid. That's half of my flashlight. My flashlight will take 200.
I'm so glad that you got there, Ben, because I was worried you
Yeah.
were in Improv Forest and we did not know where you were.
My
and
flashlight will take 200 gallons of liquid.
No, Ben.
This bad boy will filter 264 gallons. So 264 gallons of jizz, Ben. You can pop this baby into.
I'm on board.
Yeah,
with the
there you
life
go.
straw.
So this I actually brought extras of. I packed this bag for my daughter and I brought extra of these because I feel like in an emergency you want like a commodity that you could use to bargain out of maybe a sticky situation. And these life straws are things that I don't think a lot of people are going to have, and so that's a way to maybe get out of a bit of trouble. So I have a few of those. And then,
Okay.
sorry, one
God
second.
damn.
That's a big pack.
There's
It's
so
actually
much
not as
stuff.
big as it. Let's see, it's very reasonable.
It's hard to tell because it's camouflage.
Yeah,
And maybe
that's
it just
right.
looks big because you're so tiny.
Yeah. That's why I got it, actually. Does this backpack make my hands look small? I have a solar-powered lantern in here. Again, I'm not sure when I would use it. When I'd want to make light. I also have these like emergency glow sticks that you can just pop and
just in
leave.
case rave. Yeah,
And,
dude, just in case you gotta get wild.
Last but not least, Adam and I have and I don't really know Ben's stance on this, but I know Adam and I have a staunch aversion to guns. I don't want guns in my life. I don't want guns in my bug out bag. I don't like guns, and so I carry those principles even over into emergency preparedness. But in reality, we can all cut the bullshit. A gun is a huge force mitigator. It is like it is. If there was a terrible situation, a gun would let you hang on to your emergency belongings far more than anything else.
100%.
Which is why I have this replica Colt 45. It is not an actual gun, but it functions like a gun for all intents and purposes except killing people, and it has a flashlight on the bottom, which if you hit somebody with the light and you're holding the gun, it's really hard to fact check.
That is a
gun.
very
Except for the
realistic
fact
gun.
that you just put it out there, and I'm armed with very real knives.
I have knives too,
Andrew,
dude.
that's
I'll
really
see you in the
smart.
liquor store parking lot. But
That's really smart. That is. I'm convinced it's very, very real looking. It is the Impossible Burger of guns.
yeah, exactly. Which sounds cool. But obviously, I kind of wanted to split the difference. So I have this. If all else fails, if they don't want to bargain for the life straw and they don't want to play a game of Go Fish with the playing cards, and they're not close enough for me to stab with a knife, I've got this as a backup.
Hey, Andrew, I got to say something. Ben and I often wonder what it is you're doing out there in that cabin in Lakewood. And I really appreciate you showing us the levels you're going to on the internet, the sort of paranoia.
It's good to see you're not spiraling or anything.
Fear. To be so vulnerable and so open with it on a podcast like this is what the Grolic Saves the World is all about.
Oh, I didn't have to
good
go
you-
down. It's the way I was raised. I've always kind of had an obsession for this stuff from growing
It's good
up.
you brought that up because this was things I had in my house. These were things that I was ready. If I'm preparing one, I would most certainly have a handgun. We share, I think, a little bit different opinions on. Listen, I believe in gun control. Totally, I believe that our laws are.
It just means
far
using both
too lax.
hands, baby. All right.
I believe in gun control. I believe our gun laws are far too laxed in this country. I believe totally in that. But I'm not opposed to owning firearms. And
Do you own firearms?
I do not because I don't have a firearm in the place I currently live in because my roommate is not.
Wow,
would
what a
not be
cryptic
comfortable
answer.
with
Do
it.
you have one somewhere else?
I'd rather not answer that. But but
Wow.
like I don't.
Well, I think you did. I think you just answered it.
But I don't have a problem. But I don't like talking about it because I don't want people who are like I want the biggest point from me to be that I personally believe that we should be much more restrictive with who is allowed to possess and own firearms.
Well, fair enough, and I ain't judging you at all.
That's the main
point. If you
point.
do have one, I will never know.
But that's
I
the
ain't judging
main
you for
point.
It. Can I add one thing to my bag? Can I
Sure.
change the subject? Do you know in every like World War II film, there's like a scene where they're bombing some French town occupied by the Nazis, and they go into an apartment, and it's like beautiful. They find some food, and it reminds them of like, oh, remember when things were civil and before the war, and it's just like a very calm scene amidst the chaos outside of all the bombing and shit. I envision a scenario where that happens in my apocalypse, and that's why I put one copy of Adam Caton Holland Performs His Signature Bits on vinyl in my bag. And I come in, we're all in this cabin or this really nice house that for some reason hasn't been raided, and people are kind of like, remember when there was art, when we could just be calm and enjoy things. And I take that out and I put it on, and we all weep.
There's just enough gas in the generator. It's either like, well, we can keep this guy's dialysis machine on, or there's a record player in the other room.
We're going to lose Earl in a month. Do you guys want to remember what it was like when we had
Are you
culture, when we had
imagining
things?
your stand-up comedy album to be...
I don't have the energy and honestly the humor left in me to perform it myself. I'm kind of dead inside.
Adam,
but there was a
are you
time
imagining
when I gave
your
a gift.
stand-up comedy to be the Edith Piaf of like
your own Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah, it's Adam Caton Holland Performs His Signature Bits. It's on vinyl through Saddle Creek. I was the first comic to ever have vinyl on Saddle Creek. Traditionally, it's just music, indie rock. So I pull that out, and everyone remembers.
And do you imagine it reverberating throughout this decimated French town throughout the...
I think we get the CB out, and we see how far it can go to inspire hope.
Wow,
what it was that made us humans before this just cursed existence we live in.
I love it.
Wow. I think that...
So that's
and you could. That's another one of those bargaining commodities where, you run into five guys in a parking lot, and you're like, hey, I do have this record. And they're like, all right.
Fellers, should you find a Victrola? To remember the before times.
Do you think your record would play on a Victrola?
Yeah, it's like the whole, beautiful ornate trumpet-like thing on top of it.
What speed do you believe that the Victrola played records at, Adam?
It's just a beautiful moment, and I'd like to be able to provide that to my new friends.
Oh, my God. I love that.
Apocalypse.
And it's just fun to pack a vinyl record in a backpack.
Yeah,
that's just a great idea.
I can just imagine old Andy Dufresne at Shawshank Prison.
Mm-hmm.
And he's locked himself in the warden's
That's
office.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And he puts on Adam Caton Holland's
Performs
signature
bits. And it's saddlecreek.com, but there's a dash between saddle and creek, which confuses a lot of people. Saddle-creek.com. You can get it still.
Nice. Plugging his way into the apocalypse. So we have three we have three pretty good bug out bags. You both did a good job, and you both thought of things that I did not think of.
Oh my God. When he does it, I'm like, I'm gonna have dysentery. I'm gonna be freezing too. The question is, does this make the world a better place? We obviously asked that. Would I recommend this to listeners? I think preparedness always, it brings peace of mind.
Yeah. If you think you're worth being in the world, which maybe that's a hard question for some people, then you being prepared to survive in it makes the world a better place.
And yeah, I think I would definitely recommend. It's also kind of fun. It's kind of fun to do, it's
fun to think about everything just unraveling.
I honestly, I think it's definitely good to be prepared. I don't know. This made me anxious. This gave me great anxiety the whole time.
I had a lot of fun
thinking about the reality of like, even with all these tools, I'd be so fucked. And it was a scary challenge to me. I didn't necessarily enjoy it. I can riff and goof on anything, but fucking, I thought about the reality of me doing this, and it was grim.
And two little, you got to prep for two little kids.
Yeah, dude, it's just like a terrifying scenario. I don't like envisioning that.
One thing none of us prepared for, because we've had a luxurious break from being afraid of it. None of us thought to bring potassium iodide pills, which we could take to flood our thyroid with synthetic iodine in the event of a nuclear blast.
None of us thought of a fucking 30-pack of N95s. Like, we didn't even, why not? That wouldn't hurt.
Oh, I did think of masks. I didn't put them in my bag. I did think after part one, I was like, I should definitely have some masks, but I forgot.
You know what?
I
didn't
forgot.
think about. I bet I could fit 4 canisters of wild edibles in there, and I didn't even think.
Do we have comedy coming up?
You're going to be the edibles
Didn't even
merchant
think
of the wasteland.
No, I'll just be incredibly fucked up until I freeze to death. Is probably what's going to happen. I would definitely recommend this to listeners who are in areas that are prone to natural disasters.
Which, spoiler alert, is pretty much everywhere now.
The majority of the U.S. now.
Wildfires, tornadoes, blizzards. It could happen in any state. There's I can't think of any area where somebody lives where they wouldn't benefit from having one of these bags. And if you, the listener, see any blind spots in our bag, let us know. Hit us up on social media.
Oh no, you just
tell
opened
us,
the door.
Tell us what we tell us what we missed, because there are a lot of just in doing this challenge. I thought
if
of
you're
things
a
that I missed.
doomsday internet nut and you just need somebody new to shout at, we're the guys. Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, they're already listening to the pod. So
no, I think this was a super. This is a super functional, great challenge. We obviously made light of it, but it would be terrible if this happened. But being prepared, there's nothing wrong. You don't have to build a bunker in your backyard, but having a couple backpacks ready to throw over you and your partner or your kid's shoulder and head off into safety or a place where you can huddle and hunker down. That's great. That's smart. That'll never not be smart. Well, what a challenge. That was definitely interesting. Why don't we do this? Why don't we listen to some more stand-up comedy from our live show that is the last Saturday of every month at the world-famous Bug Theater. And boy, is this comic a crusher. Honestly, one of the best joke writers around, I think. I mean,
besides me.
Well, you don't write jokes. It's more just
besides me.
Fine. Let's go ahead. Let's give a listen to our friend Zach Reinert.
And when we come back, we'll talk about next episode's challenge.
Yeah, when we come back, we'll have more show, as well as we'll tell you and tease, pinch your little nippies about what our. I don't like that. I shouldn't have done that.
I already said it, and now you came in vulgar.
And you ruined it.
It's that pocket pussy stuff. I mean,
Stop. Just go.
Go, Ron.
I'm horny.
Take us away.
I'm horny. We'll be back. Ron, I'm horny.
I was at a bar the other night. And I saw this guy with a tattoo that said, "Only the good die young." I was like, "Are you calling my great grandma a piece of shit?" She is. I actually just decided on the next tattoo I'm going to get. I'm going to get a tattoo of a murdered person by my eye to let people know I've cried before. I actually had a very scary family situation today. My grandma fell while she was in the shower. I had shampoo in my eyes, otherwise I think I could have caught her. You. Yeah.
Get out of the trenches of tedious tasks like managing order fulfillment and start growing your business with ShipStation. They'll help increase profitability by automating your workflow with their simple, easy-to-use dashboard. With it, you can pretty much do everything you need to quickly and easily. Update order information, print labels, compare rates, optimize shipments, and even set up automatic delivery notifications. And it doesn't matter where you sell. Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, ShipStation can integrate pretty much anywhere online. Another great thing about ShipStation? They can help reduce costs with industry-leading discounted rates from some of the biggest mail carriers. You might even be able to get up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. So, make this year your most profitable one yet. Sign up for your free 30-day trial at ShipStation.com and use the code Spotify. That's ShipStation.com with the code Spotify.
Man, oh man, that was a fun, weird episode. And I'm actually sad that we're not going to get to live out this liquor store scenario. I feel like...
Adam, do you know the future?
Yeah,
keep that bag.
Things
Keep that bag handy, bud. Keep that bag. Keep that bag handy. Let me just
Adam,
put it
when
that
you
way.
say such things. As an alcoholic, it really bummed me out that you just said that we don't know.
Okay, well, then you guys you're so good at framing things. Silver lining to the apocalypse. We get to hang like bros for once and for all.
I love it. I want to say this, too, back to the world of the living and where there is a tomorrow. I want to give a big shout out to all those people who are still messaging us and sending us message on Twitter saying that they have done their blood donation. That is amazing. We're retweeting you. We're saying thank you, but please continue to do this. Find a blood donation center. Give plasma, platelets, blood. Go see our friends over at Vitalant. Please keep doing it. This is truly a way you can save a life. You all rule. Donate blood.
And don't be afraid to hold on to 1 pint of your own. Put it in your bug out bag. You never know.
Oh, that is...
That's a great idea. Yeah, get an old thermos.
Who can use your blood more than you?
No
right?
one can use your blood more than you in a certain scenario.
Exactly.
And it'll make a great soup starter.
Hey, y'all got anything to plug?
Yeah, I've got a plug. If you live in Denver, want to see me do comedy tomorrow night, I'm closing out the show called Uncorked at the Infinite Monkey Theorem Winery. I dimly remember they have great wines.
They do.
They have fun wines that I have memories of enjoying.
You can sniff them. You can still sniff them,
You
bro.
can't sniff
You
them.
think? They'll just let me sniff? I can just order like a sniffing cup with just like some
Guy,
residue.
your stature, you sniff whatever fucking wine
Andrew,
you want
to
at that
cut
show.
this all short, which is a beautiful Riff City moment. That's Wednesday, April 6th. Andrew,
It's tomorrow
April
night.
6th, Wednesday.
Yeah, thanks,
I'm
Dad. Sorry, we were having fun with the sniffing wine
you
riff.
don't know when these assholes are listening to this fucking show.
8
here,
p.m.
Bob.
tomorrow. Come see my new jokes. I got a bunch of new jokes.
I would like to plug something. I will be in beautiful Colorado Springs. I'll be at Looney's Comedy Corner. That'll be this coming weekend, April 8th and 9th. You can get your tickets now to see me at this is a historic comedy club in Colorado. So come down, come see me in Colorado Springs.
Zero riffs. Adam, anything?
Yes, I am performing my one-man show, Happy Place, in New York City and Brooklyn at Union Hall on Saturday, April 9th. Ticket sales are not where I would like them to be. Will they sell in time, or is this just the sort of paranoia of a comic on Monday fearing a show on Saturday when tickets might sell in between? I don't know. It's up to you guys.
I know I have friends in New York who listen to this pod.
So,
you gotta see Adam's show, and that is a cool venue.
I'm
Definitely
very,
go check
very
it out.
proud of this show. I'm taking a big swing, and it's in New York on Saturday night, so I really hope we can get some butts and seats, so come on out.
People, go see it. It's beautiful and amazing and funny, and you should definitely go see it. Also, for everybody listening, our Grawlix Live show returns on April 30th. We've got a new another show, new lineup.
Emma Arnold is headlining.
Oh,
Idaho's own
that's going to
Emma
be
Arnold. Very
so
funny.
as well as a number of other people are going to be joining us. You can get tickets now at grawlix.com/live. We'll also put the ticket link down in the show notes here.
Listen, if you're not supporting us on Patreon, I really don't know what you're doing with your money, but you're wasting it. We have so much incredible bonus content. We really do. And I think the crown jewel of it is Boy Crazy, the pod within the pod.
Oh, so good.
There's a great new episode coming down the pipe with our first ever Boy Crazy guest, Rory Scoble.
Oh, my God.
You're not going to want to miss that.
What are we doing? Should we tell them? I don't even want to.
These are exclusive. Yeah.
You want to tell them what we're rating?
Let's fuck it. Let's tell them. No.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
right.
They got
Andrew's
enough of a tease. They got enough of a tease. All you need to know is that Rory's on board.
All right.
That's it.
Patreon.com/GrawlixSaves. all the bonus content you need.
Well, and if you don't already, please, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Follow us over there. You got to do it. You can follow us over there, Grawlix Comedy, GRAWLIX Comedy. Reach out. Tell us what's in your survival kit. What would you put in there? And if you don't have money or a Twitter account, you can still show us some love. Tell people to listen. Tell a friend to follow us, to follow the podcast.
Tell a friend with money. Tell a friend who's got money
Adam,
to support us on Patreon.
Money. It's all about money with you, and I can't stand it anymore. Well, anyway, tell a friend. We love hearing from you. Please.
Thanks, as always, to our producer, Rusty Swiss Army Knife, Ron Doyle. I mean, you're not getting the blade out, but maybe the scissors and the toothpick's been missing for years. Yes. Also, thanks to Mike Henderson for his help recording our live show. It is indispensable. And our amazing theme music is by the indispensable Charlie Continental.
Buddy,
I just called Mike Henderson indispensable.
What the fuck are you doing,
dude?
Wow.
On the
what
fly.
the fuck? I didn't
Charlie's
know.
out.
No.
Charlie's going to leave.
This is a unprecedented turn of events. We're doing a in the moment thesaurus challenge for Andrew Orbital. You have to come up with something besides indispensable for Charlie Continental right now in the moment.
All right. Our theme music is by the survivable Charlie Continental.
Wow.
He is totally
I guess that
survivable.
counts.
It's got to be on theme of the episode.
Yeah.
This has been our first ever in-episode thesaurus challenge. Andrew, you're the winner. Ben, what does he get?
This time he's won 2 pairs of utility Crocs. He's not one, but 2 pairs. And
for gardening, anything.
Give them to my
really.
girlfriend.
Yeah, it's a utility pair. They're versatile, and it's got a pretty gnarly little tread on this pair of Crocs. So
congrats, Andrew.
Yeah,
thanks, guys.
I want to thank our friends over at zapatos.com for making it happen. And
What should we do next episode? What do we got coming down
Listen,
the pipe?
As
I
Ben
wanna
would
say
say,
that-
we got a bing banger, as Ben would say.
we got a real bing banger, and I want to say this. I think your tops need a little bit of chiseling. That's all I'm going to say. Your
top
tops
does?
need chiseling.
How do you know I have a top? Anyway, I could have a bottom. You don't know.
No, you do have a top, and you got a saggy top, and I think your tops need chiseling. So
Pretty weird hint.
Very strange. And I should point out that whatever the challenge is, it's Sean Jordan from All Fantasy Everything is joining us. So
What?
be sure to tune in for that
I
one.
didn't know that. See, his top is fine. Oh, this is a problem. All right. Well, anyway, play us out, Charlie. Seriously, your tops are gross.